Well, hello, you better than amazing humans. I recorded a video already, but I want to record a different one here. Just got off a great call with just a spectacular human. And her and I have had some amazing conversations over the last few months and an amazing journey, amazing experiences. But, sometimes as a man, we have to learn the hard way. And in my life, that's been the case at times. They say that we either learn from a 2x4 or a metaphor, and I got a pretty hard head at times. It's softened up over the last few years for sure, but not without beating myself a few times in the process. And, one of the things that I've come to learn with our organization of helping, supporting people that are learning trading from our educators, I'd say about 90% of the community is men and 10% is women. But I've had the amazing opportunity to observe something with providing mindset coaching and doing a little bit of portfolio management and setting up strategy, is how different men and women are real time. Now, I'm not a professional, I'm not a psychologist, but there's a lot of psychology involved in that. And for those of you that know me, and if you don't, I have a father who has a mental illness, and so it's led me down some rabbit holes of trying to understand him and myself and how I can be different than him. But within doing that, I've also understood that there is the paradigms and there's the stories that we keep in life and there's the past that holds us back. And when people are learning how to trade, especially if, there's multiple different ways you can approach trading. There's intraday trading, swing trading, or long-term, right? And there's scalping day trading, which is short-term. You're going to trade for a minute, 5 minutes, an hour, 4 hours, whatever that looks like. In between those approaches, there's different psychology that is also part of that equation. And typically men will come in day trading because they typically make decisions quicker. They're typically, they are more aggressive. They have a higher risk tolerance. They are okay being wrong more times than a woman is typically. The females typically will progress better in more of a swing trade intraday environment. Typically, they are very good at following the rules, very good at managing risk. They usually have a challenge with execution. Most times they're in a demo account, I would say on average 5 to 10 times longer than a man is before they go into a live account with real money. A lot of them will typically have their own personal limits around even taking trades because it needs to feel right. Something you'll never hear a man say, I took a trade because it felt right. See, a man has to have all the check boxes, right? And most of the time, if they get 5 out of the 10, they'll still take the trade. A female has to have the check boxes, but it needs to feel right to them. See, they lead with their intuition. And one thing that I've been able to observe is, and let me take you for a little journey for a second, share in the comments if you agree with me. The markets are feminine. The markets are emotion, right? If you look at, if you go into Google and type in Wall Street psychology, Wall Street psychology, you'll see that there's a graph that was created for Wall Street around the emotions of the market. When the market is riding up and bullish, you'll see that there's the hope and the optimism and the belief and the euphoria at the very top. And as it goes bearish and turns down, that's when doubt and greed and resentment and anger and all these other negative emotions follow. And so because there's emotions, and if I can go a step further, if you look at the fundamentals, the news, if you look at the geopolitical, the macroeconomics, right? Everything plays into emotion. It leads emotion into the market for people to make decisions. And so if the markets are emotional, that means they're feminine. And if they're feminine, that means there's an intuitive capability to them. And so if a man and a woman have challenges in real life between masculine and feminine, right? Then we can say that a man and the markets have a disconnect as well. And it's true. I've seen this. Over 1,100 people have come through. I've had the ability to work with over 400 of them. And I even have my mother involved in this. So I have a very intimate relationship with somebody that's trading, where we talk about emotions a lot. We talk about, it took her 1.5 years to go into a live account. It was one of the longest, but now she's doing incredible. But intuition, I've had this opportunity to observe this intuition at play, real time. And for us men, we typically will make a mistake, but our egos get in the way where we don't want to change, where we want to beat it. We want to make it happen. We want to force it. And the confidence is there, and that's usually a bad thing as well. Confidence is not a great thing for the markets. You don't need confidence, you need confirmation. But getting into the intuitive side and backing up to the conversations that I've had with this amazing individual, there's been quite a few things over this last 7 months where we've had just this amazing ability to communicate on such a high level that I'm very grateful and proud of. And her intuition, I've been watching it. Now, men, if you're listening to this, I want to share this with you. And women, don't take this and run with it. But men, if you observe the intuition that your partner has, you'll start to see things that we can't see. And even if it comes down to a parking spot, I've been testing this theory, and it's been working. When I am guided with her intuition, things happen. And I think that's what makes the bond between a man and a woman so strong, is that the woman with the family, with the children, right? The intuition is always there. This understanding outside of the physical. Now, let's also talk about this for a sec. This is an interesting one. They say that 90% of reality can't be seen, heard, or felt, right? We see a very small spectrum of light fractals. We hear a very small fraction of sound frequency, right? Matter is all around us, but we only feel what is physical. And so they say that 90% of reality is unobserved. And so that would be creation then, if you will. And so what provides creation? Well, a woman does. A woman brings the human life into creation. So a woman could be on the control of 90% of reality. This is just a hypothesis. This is just Gamber hypothesis. And men, most of this history, have built the world, right? We construct the bridges and the physical stuff. Majority of scientists are male. Majority of construction workers, majority of, right? The males are the physical side. And so we, as men, we build, we construct, we assemble. We put together the physical properties of this world the majority of the time. The women create this world all of the time. So the women are in control of 90% of the reality. Just think of that for a second. So then there's an intuition that's attached to that because they have access to more information than we do. And with that intuition, they have the ability to see things that we can't. But here's the interesting part. If the woman can turn the man's head, intuitively, and the man is open and receptive to listening to that, then the man can execute on the physical side. So in that combination, just imagine what could be possible. Give yourself a few minutes after this video to think about everything. Maybe watch it a second time. Would love to hear your comments. I'm coming at this just from experiences and observation, but of many people. And my own experience as well is stepping into this intuition. It's been something that I've been noticing that's very interesting. Anyways, another thought-provoking video for you. Have a blessed night. You're better than amazing humans. Have a better than amazing day tomorrow. And men, leverage that intuition. It really does work. And then once you get that direction, hammer it. That's it. That's all, fam. We'll see you on the next vid. Ciao.